What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Knicks Recap podcast. I'm your host, Troy, and you could be anywhere in the world this afternoon, but you're choosing to be here with me, and I really do appreciate that. Finally, we have been waiting for what feels like weeks for the New York Knicks to announce who the next head coach of this Knicks team is going to be. We have heard so many different candidates, so many different people interviewing with the Knicks, but we didn't really have an idea of who was going to be the next head coach. Now, maybe we had some favorites, but we didn't really know exactly who was going to be the next head coach of this team. Until right now, we got some breaking news. Shams Charania of ESPN just announced that the next head coach of this Knicks team is going to be Mike Brown. We're going to break down exactly why the Knicks chose Mike Brown, how many different candidates that they went through before they solidified their choice in Mike Brown, and why they solidified their choice in him, and why potentially he could be the best choice to lead this Knicks team into the future. We're going to break down all of these latest reports today. If you're enjoying the content, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure you have notifications on as well, too. If you want to support the channel, the easiest way to do that is to hit that subscribe button. And now, let's get started. The Knicks hire Mike Brown as their next head coach. We knew it was coming. We knew it was only going to be days away. After they started going in for their second interviews, we knew it. It was only a matter of time before the announcement came through, and we knew exactly who was going to be the next head coach of this Knicks team. And after his second interview yesterday, where Mike Brown met with James Dolan, and clearly throughout his interview process, he has been a top candidate for this position, and he impressed everybody. And clearly, because he was hired as the next head coach of this team, and because he was hired as the next head coach of this team, he definitely impressed the owner, James Dolan. Let's go ahead and break down all of these latest reports today so we can get you guys up to speed with everything the Knicks have done recently. Let's go ahead and break down these latest reports today. Shout out to Shams Charania for giving us this following information here today. According to Shams, breaking news, the New York Knicks are expected to land on two-time NBA Coach of the Year, Mike Brown, as the franchise's next head coach. And Ian Begley confirms that by also stating the following. The Knicks are closing in on hiring Mike Brown as their next head coach. Mike Brown met with owner James Dolan yesterday, and the deal is expected to be finalized soon. Something very interesting to note here. I'm not saying that James Dolan has to bless everybody. However, the way that Tom Thibodeau was fired, and clearly we know James Dolan, we know the role he had in getting Tom Thibodeau fired. So it only makes sense that if you're going to be the next head coach, you need to get the sign off from the Knicks owner. And because Mike Brown is being hired as the next coach of this Knicks team, because he impressed everybody during interviews, and clearly, according to Ian Begley, he met with James Dolan. He met with James Dolan. Clearly, he impressed James Dolan. And because of that, he is going to be the Knicks' next head coach. But there were probably other reasons why New York hired him. And we have that information here as well, too. Shout out to Shams Charania for breaking all of this down for us today. According to Shams, the New York Knicks are expected to hire two-time NBA Coach of the Year, Mike Brown, as the franchise's next head coach. Knicks president Leon Rose underwent a thorough process since firing Tom Thibodeau. The Knicks requested permission for 5 NBA head coaches and were denied. Then they interviewed several available coaches and went through multi-round stages with those candidates. Mike Brown was the only coaching candidate to interview for the Knicks job multiple times, including holding meetings with Rose, the team's front office, and owner James Dolan on Tuesday. I mean, that tells you everything right there. They interviewed Taylor Jenkins, Mika Nori, and they also interviewed James Barrero. And all of these interviews, and all of these interviews that the Knicks conducted, we all knew that they were going to happen, but we also knew what were the Knicks looking for in their next head coach. They weren't looking for a new head coach. They weren't looking for a head coach that had no experience. They were looking for a coach that had NBA level experience. And if they were lucky, postseason experience. Now, out of all of the people that they interviewed, how many candidates had that experience? Taylor Jenkins and Mike Brown. And with Mike Brown, and you can go back, I mentioned this, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks ago. Mike Brown had a very close relationship with who? Oh, yeah, William Worldwide West. Who is he? Nobody really. Just one of the brain trust of the Knicks front office. Leon Rose's right-hand man. And if he has a close personal relationship with William Wesley, that definitely went a long way in him being hired as the next head coach of this team. And if you don't believe that, when Tom Thibodeau was hired, who did he have a close relationship with? Leon Rose. And now the organization goes with Mike Brown for a number of different reasons. But the main one, his relationship with the front office, but also coaching experience. We always knew this was a two-man race. It was going to be Jenkins or it was going to be Mike Brown. And given the relationships, the way he nailed all of his interviews, the fact that he was the only candidate to come back for another round of interviews, the writing was on the wall. This was Mike Brown's job to lose. And clearly, he didn't want to lose it. And he didn't. And now we have our next head coach. We know exactly who it's going to be. It's going to be Mike Brown coaching this Knicks team next season and for many years in the future. Let's go ahead and break down more of the information that we have here from NBA insider Shams Charania. According to Shams, the Memphis Grizzlies coach, according to Shams, Memphis Grizzlies former coach Taylor Jenkins and New Orleans Pelicans associate coach James Barrero and Minnesota Timberwolves assistant Mika Nori were also interviewed for the head coaching role. However, they didn't get it. And they didn't get it because we already know Mike Brown, the way he conducted these interviews, his relationship with the front office, it was always going to be Mike Brown. It was not going to be anybody else. Mike Brown was fired by the Kings in December after a 13-18 start to the season. This despite leading the franchise to its first playoff berth in 16 seasons in 2023, breaking the longest postseason drought in NBA history, a season in which the Kings had the top-rated offense in the NBA. Brown was the only coaching candidate to interview for the Knicks job multiple times, including holding meetings with Rose and the team's front office and owner, James Dolan. And according to Ian Begley, he also confirms that Brown garnered support during his first interview with the club. He was back yesterday for a second sit-down interview, which included James Dolan. Brown owns a career head coaching record of 454 to 304. That's .599. And he is 50 to 40, .556 in the postseason, with one conference title and 2 Coach of the Year awards on his resume. You really need to ask. You need to understand why the Knicks did all of this. First of all, why did they take so long to hire Mike Brown? Pretty simple, right? They took this long because let's say that they didn't and they hired a head coach right away. What would everybody say? Oh, the Knicks rushed the process. They didn't do it good enough. They did something they shouldn't have done. So what did they do? The opposite. They took their time. And can you imagine? They take their time trying to find their next head coach, and they're still criticized for it. You're taking too long. You're going into the draft without a head coach. You're signing all of these players without a head coach. Why are you doing this? Why are you setting up your organization this way? And then they proceed to go in free agency and steal Jordan Clarkson, steal Gerson Yabusele, make some of the best moves in free agency, and they take as long as they need to with the coaching process. They did it the first time. Did you think they weren't going to do it the second time? Every time they hire a coach, is this coach a one-year rental? Because in my opinion, they are hiring head coaches for multiple years. And if you're doing that, why are you going to rush the process? We're in the off season. What are you rushing? We're not rushing for anything. Summer League? You're rushing for Summer League? Nobody's rushing. The Knicks did exactly what they needed to do here. They didn't rush. They didn't let the media and all those other voices control what they were going to do. No. Instead, they waited. They were patient. They went through the entire interview process. They made sure to see who had a connection with the front office, with James Dolan, and with all of these other figures in the Knicks front office. They did that because it's clear. Tom Thibodeau didn't have that relationship. He definitely did not have that relationship with James Dolan. So this time around, when New York was hiring a head coach, they knew they needed James Dolan to also give his approval. They needed James Dolan to be on board because now nobody can say anything. Mike Brown is a choice from Dolan, Leon Rose, and this Knicks front office. Everyone signed off on Mike Brown. Now, he's your next head coach. If you're asking me, how do I feel about this? Am I happy with the choice? Am I happy with the choice, with this direction that the Knicks are headed in? Honestly, I am. I am happy. I am very ecstatic. It's not so much about Mike Brown. You guys have to take that out of your head. It's not about him. It's about newness, a change, a new direction, a new voice that can lead this current Knicks team into the future. We're talking about a Knicks team that was this close to the NBA Finals. Now we get a new voice. We make great signings in free agency. And more or less, it looks like unless New York is going to pull off a blockbuster trade, they might be running it back. And if you're running it back, you have a new voice to run it back with. And did we all miss what happened right there? When he was in charge of the Kings that one season, didn't he have the second best offense in the NBA? Not to mention, he also had that Kings team defending. What does this Knicks team need to do? It needs to utilize all the players to be one of the best offenses in the NBA. Mike Brown can do that. We need to play better defense, more consistent defense. Mike Brown, he can help you do that. Do you see? There are multiple reasons, multiple situations why New York hired Mike Brown. But playoff experience, his relationship with the front office, James Dolan signing off on him being the next head coach. These are all of the reasons, really, in my opinion, the real reasons why the Knicks hired Mike Brown. And this is it. This is where we are right now. And this is the direction the franchise is headed in. Now we can start talking about other moves the Knicks can make. Because once you get a head coach, now you can go to that head coach. Hey, coach, do you want any of these players? Should we make this trade? All things we couldn't do before, it's unlocked now. Now we can do it because we have a new head coach. We have to remember that. Some other things to mention here. Brown is a 4-time champion as a top assistant in Golden State and San Antonio under Steve Kerr and Greg Popovich. And he's coached an array of superstars across 3 decades. You're talking about Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Pau Gasol, De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis. This man has coached superstar after superstar after superstar. You are telling me that he can't control the egos here? He can't control the superstars here? Wasn't there a problem, or we all thought there was a problem, that last season we were not holding the superstars accountable, not holding the team accountable? Mike Brown coaching all of these superstars, he's going to hold you accountable. If you mess up, you're going to hear about it on the sidelines. Everybody in the Kings organization said the exact same thing. Are you telling me he's going to change that coming to this Knicks team? Because in my opinion, that's another reason he is the perfect coach for this team. He is going to hold everybody accountable. He's going to make this team play defense, and he's going to utilize our offensive weapons to make us one of the best offensive teams in the NBA. That's why you hire him. That's why you bring him here. And that's why you make him the next head coach of this team. I see you guys. You guys are going off. I can see it in the chat gang right now. And don't let me keep you guys waiting. Without further ado, let's go to the chat gang and see what you guys have to say. Let's go to the super chats first. You know I got to do that. I saw all of the super chats here. Let's see here. We got my guy, Brian Scan, and he gives us a super chat here that says, no one works harder on New York Knicks content than Troy. Thank you. You're thanking me. Can I thank you? I got to thank you guys. You're the main reason that I'm even here in the first place. Your support is why I'm here. And I can never discount you guys or tell you how much you guys mean to me. Everything you guys are doing for me here. I'm not denying your support. All I can do is thank you guys for it. Thank you so much. Brian, thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Let's go back to the live chat, see what you guys have to say. I see some people were a little upset, actually. Were you guys upset that they brought along Mike Brown? Let's see what we got here. Nostalgia Nick says, Dolan might have to hire Bob Myers. Leon can't pick coaches. Ooh. Nostalgia Nick does not like the hire. Listen, I understand. Some people think that Mike Brown is not an upgrade over Tom Thibodeau. If you feel that way, this is the comment section now. Let me know. Tell me, why do you guys feel that way? Let me know in the comment section. But let me tell you guys again, the reason Mike Brown is here is because of all of those years of experience. You guys may not want to acknowledge it because of the talent he had at the time, but this man has gone very, very far in the Eastern Conference, in the postseason. We know that. He did that with Cleveland. Yeah, I know. He had LeBron James. I understand it. But just because you have LeBron James, we've seen it over the years, it doesn't guarantee you a trip to the NBA Finals. It makes you a very good team, but it doesn't guarantee you a shot to get there. We got to remember, even in recent history, look at what he did with the Sacramento Kings. Are we just going to ignore that? We have to talk about it. His experience, the way he's handled so many egos, so many superstars over the years. That's why he's the next head coach. I'm not so upset about it because I'm thinking about it beyond the next head coach. I'm thinking about what the new voice is going to do, how he's going to help motivate this Knicks team in a way Tom Thibodeau was never able to do. And you can say that Tom Thibodeau was a better coach. Would he have a better relationship with players than Mike Brown? Maybe Tom Thibodeau does have relationships with some of his former players. But almost everybody who talks about Mike Brown, former players alike, they like him. Some players, maybe they don't like his style or what he said on the sidelines. But as fans, who doesn't want to see your coach chew out your superstar if he's not doing what he needs to do? That's why you do it. Jeremy Woods gives us some comment here. He says he's a good coach. I agree, he is. And I guess I was softening the blow. I always knew it. This was going to be the way the Knicks went about it. This was going to be the way the Knicks went about it. This was going to be the way the Knicks proceeded forward. I knew it was going to be Mike Brown for like 2 weeks. Go back and look at my my X account. Anybody who follows me on X, when did I say that Mike Brown was likely going to be the next head coach? It wasn't this week. It was a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. But I didn't make a video on it. Why? Because if I did, everybody, including some of you guys, would said, clickbait, not gonna happen. You're lying, Troy. That's why I can't do a lot of the videos. I gotta wait, and I gotta wait, and I gotta wait until they make an official announcement, and then I can say something. So oftentimes, that's what happens there. Let's see here. Harlem says, just what we need. I agree. Nelly Nell says, now we have to find a way to add James Borrego to the coaching staff. Maybe the Knicks are going to do that. Now we know for the coaching staff, a lot of the holdovers are coming back, right? We know that Rick Brunson is probably going to come back. We know that James Borrego, apparently he might be added to the coaching staff. Maybe some other holdovers of Tom Thibodeau's staff, they're probably going to come over as well too. I think we know that, but it's okay. We expected it after they announced that information yesterday. But is it just me, or do you guys not find it weird as well? Do you guys not find it weird that the Knicks are allowing Tom Thibodeau's old staff to stay on for Mike Brown's current staff? Isn't that weird to anybody? Because to me, it's a little bit weird. Pro says disaster hire. Pro says disaster hire. Guaranteed no championship. Man, talk about a negative person. I wouldn't go that far. Jose says, well, according to his resume, he better be ready to fill some huge shoes. If the Knicks have a slow start and it doesn't make it to the playoffs, he will be fired. The front office should have hired Pitino. Pitino didn't want the job. He didn't want to be hired here. Oh, and shout out to my Red Cup gang. Where you at? Where is my Red Cup gang at? I don't see you guys. Can we see some red emojis in the chat? Some hearts in the chat? Where is my Red Cup gang at? Shout out to you guys. Nelly Nell says, Rick Brunson is staying for sure. I'm going to do a video on the Knicks coaching staff, who they're going to bring on. I waited to do that because I knew they were this close from announcing their next head coach. I didn't want to rush anything. So now that we know Mike Brown is the next head coach, now we can talk about who's going to be part of his staff. I'm likely going to release a video about that maybe sometime down the road. Couple of days from now. I'm not sure exactly. We're going to have to wait and see. Let's see. Nelly Nell, Friday, Troy, it's Wednesday. Oh, I know it's Wednesday. You guys think that you know what's in this cup. You guys have no idea what's in this cup. Now, I know normally, you guys know what's in this cup. I promise you, that's not what's in this cup right now. It's 2 o'clock. It's 2 o'clock. What do you think I'm going to be doing that at 2 p.m.? I got the rest of the day to go ahead and do. I'm a father. Out of your mind? I'm not doing that. Harlem says, how you feel about broke back Ben to New York? Oh my goodness. Harlem, can I tell you that another reason I wanted to go live was because of that topic. So I'm going to come back to the chat, gang. But before I do, Harlem gave me the perfect reason to transition to it. So I'm going to do it. We now know who the next head coach of this Knicks team is going to be. And that's Mike Brown. Now that we know that, we can turn back to the roster and take a look at exactly how the Knicks are going to fill in this roster and what other players they're going to add in free agency. And here's where another problem exists. There are reports indicating that right now, the Knicks are looking to fill in this roster. And these reports are indicating one of the players they're looking at in free agency that they want to add to this team is Ben Simmons. You didn't hear me twice. No, I didn't stutter there. That is exactly what the report is. The Knicks right now have checked in on Ben Simmons, and they are interested in adding him to this roster in free agency. The Knicks are interested in Ben Simmons. I don't even know what is going on right now, or even why the Knicks want to add Ben Simmons to this roster. It doesn't make any sense to me. You already added Jordan Clarkson. You already added Gerson Yabusele. You have already utilized most of your funds in free agency. At this point in time, the only type of players you can add to this team are players that will accept the vet minimum. And if they're willing to do that, then maybe you can add them to this team. But one player I never expected, one player that was never even on my radar was Ben Simmons. And why? Because he's not on anybody's radar. Nobody wants Ben Simmons. He doesn't give a team anything. Triple singles? That's what you want on this team? Not me. It couldn't be me. But unfortunately, according to reports from NBA Insider with SNY Ian Bagley, right now, the Knicks have checked in on Ben Simmons and they are interested in adding him to this team. Let's break down all of these following reports here today. Give me 1 second, guys. My throat is a little itchy here. I got to get some water. All right, guys. I am back. Just have to get some water. I appreciate you guys. Let's go ahead and break down this latest. Let's go ahead and break down this latest information that we have here today. So as you can see here, according to Ian Bagley, he states the following: what's next for the Knicks after the Jordan Clarkson and Gerson Yabusele signings? As things stand currently, they probably only have enough money for one other veteran minimum contract. According to Yossi Goslin of the Third Apron podcast, the Knicks would be slightly over the second apron, $207.8 million, if they added another veteran to the roster. New York will be hard capped at the second apron after it uses the taxpayer mid-level exception to sign Yabusele. I believe the Knicks want to add another veteran free agent. To do so, they need to sign a player to a rookie free agent deal and trim around $36,000 in team salary. This is theoretically possible and can be done if Yabusele takes less than the full taxpayer mid-level exception. If Yabusele has the full mid-level, the Knicks would need to shed salary via a trade to get under the second apron. But here's where things get crazy. Here's where things get insane. Here's where things start not making sense anymore. You added Jordan Clarkson. You added Gerson Yabusele. Two players who can shoot, play make, move without the ball, and attack. And then your follow-up. Your follow-up to those great signings is, oh yeah, I don't know, Ben Simmons? As noted earlier, there have been interest in bringing back Landry Shamet. Okay, I'm cool. Go get Shamet. Go get him right now. Go get Shamet. Please, please, go get Shamet. Bring back Landry Shamet. Shamet also has interest from contenders in both conferences. The Knicks have also checked in on free agent Ben Simmons, per sources familiar with the matter. I don't have a whatever, I'm just gonna keep reading. I don't even have a comment. But people briefed on the matter say a decision on the roster spot isn't expected until after the head coach is hired. Well, newsflash, they're already hired. We have the next head coach. It's Mike Brown. Mike Brown, please do not let the legacy of your coaching journey with this Knicks team start by you approving a deal to get Ben Simmons on this team. Please don't let that happen. Simmons has met with 3 other teams and is expected to make a decision soon. Great. Make a decision. Please, please don't choose the Knicks. Please, please do not choose this Knicks organization. You are a net negative. You don't do anything right. You can't play make right. You can't pass right. You can't defend right. You can't even use your size right. Everywhere you go, you're a dark cloud on that franchise. You can't do anything right. Nothing. Not zero. Nada. Nothing. 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 Why are we doing this? Why do we want this kid? We think we can save him? We think we can save him now? How many years has Ben Simmons been in this league? How many years? He can't be saved anymore. Long gone. You are not saving this man. He's gone. Why would we utilize any of our assets, any of our cap space, anything that we actually need? Why? Why would we do this? Why would we even think about doing this? He's not the answer. He's the detriment. If you want to make your team worse, you sign Ben Simmons. And didn't he say he didn't want to take the vet minimum? Wasn't that a report out there? He doesn't want to play for the vet minimum. Okay, sorry, bye. You can't come here then, because that's all we're going to be able to give you. We can't pay you anything else. And do not join this team because you want to be this close to a championship. No. No. Sign anybody else. Anyone else. Sign a rookie. Sign a rookie. Anyone. Sign Moses Brown. Sign Moses Brown. I would rather you sign Moses Brown than sign this kid. Oh my God. Oh, good Lord. And TB, to go in your comments, yes. Am I crashing out because Ben Simmons was contacted? Yes. Yes, I am. Why would you even pick up the phone if you knew he was going to be on the other line? Why? You pick up a phone and you know Ben Simmons is going to be there and you're still calling him. Don't make this move. Don't make this signing. Do not sign Ben Simmons to this team. We don't need him. Never needed him. Don't want him. And our roster right now is pretty fine. Our starting lineup is fine. Our bench unit is fine. If you need more players, elevate the rookies. Go after Landry Shamet. Go after any other free agent that will sign here. Do not waste assets, resources, money, time, and energy on Ben Simmons. He's a waste of a roster spot, and let him go to another franchise and ruin their team. Don't want him, never wanted him, and don't need him. Please stop checking in on players that do not have any business being in the NBA. And Ben Simmons fits the bill entirely. He does not deserve to be on this Knicks team, and he definitely deserves not to be in the NBA any longer. But as long as he's here and I have to put up with him, let me put up with him from a far, far distance. Not anywhere near this Knicks team. It just doesn't make sense. Go after Landry. Go after any other free agent. Go after anybody else who might make a difference. Because I know for a fact, might make a difference is better than never, ever will. And with Ben Simmons, that's exactly the type of impact he's going to have. Nothing. Nada. Zero. Thanks, but no thanks. We're good over here. Got a new coach, got a great starting lineup, got a great bench, already making great moves, and we're going to continue making great moves. Leon Rose, I don't doubt him. I never doubt him. Even now, with these reports, I'm not doubting him. He makes moves to make this franchise better. So I'm going to wait for him to continue making moves so I can see the full scope of this offseason, and then I'll reserve my feel about Leon and this Knicks front office. But as of right now, they're doing a pretty good job. Apart from Ben Simmons, they're doing a pretty good job. But now that I covered the coaching update and the Ben Simmons update, let's go back to let's go back to you guys in the chat group and see what you guys have to say. Where are you guys at? Oh, there you guys are. Okay, let's see here. Anthony Sanchez says, he's not the majority. Bro, anyone that has paid half attention to basketball world knows that Ben Simmons is trash. You're right. He is trash. But why are we talking about looking at trash? Why are we talking about checking in on trash? You're not concerned if the entire world knows it, including the Knicks. Then you're telling me we knew he was trash and still checked in on trash? Please. There's a reason. There's a reason I did what I just did about Ben Simmons. You think if a no-name account reported that we checked in on Ben Simmons, I would be like this. Ian Begley is the most, I don't care what you guys feel about him. For me, he is the most well-respected and trusted insider that I know. Speaking of which, I might have to get him on the show. Might have to send that invitation out. But either way, if he's saying it, I believe it. And because he said it, you see me like this. And I told you guys yesterday, if you guys are part of my live stream then, it takes a second for me to get back on the bike that is a live stream. But once I'm on it like a machine. And I'm not getting off. That's what today is. Just an FYI in case you were wondering. Oh, is it off? Sorry about that, guys. Give me 1 second to fix that up. How am I now? We good? We good? We good? How are we doing? Am I all right? Can you hear me? Am I all right? I'm waiting for the chat to tell me if I'm good or not. It says I'm good here. That's why. Good. All right. Perfect. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. I don't know what happened just now. Sometimes those things do happen. But I appreciate you guys sticking with me and holding it down. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think so. I think it was a nah, it's still cutting out. What the hell? Why is it cutting out? I'm not sure. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Some people say the sound is good. Some people say the sound is not good. Not sure what's going on. Well, to be honest, I'm going to have to end the stream eventually. This is going to be the entire stream. I wasn't going to go on for about an hour like I did yesterday. This was going to be the entire stream. I was just going to go into the chat and see if you guys had any questions. Yeah, it's fine. But see, I'm thinking that people saying it's fine right now. I'm thinking because of the lag, apparently. But I'm not lagging on my end. I don't know what's going on. Okay. All right. So, you know what? I'm going to stay quiet for a second to let everything reset, and we're going to try again. Red Cup gang. Okay. I have a split in and out of people telling me it's good and people telling me it's not good. So what I'm going to do, just because I don't want to destroy the stream, I'm going to take some comments from everybody who's on the stream, if you guys can hear me and hear me clearly. And then after I do those comments, we'll go ahead and wrap up the show. We'll close it up. And then I'll edit some of the parts of the videos, and I'll make sure I get those videos out to you guys today. We're probably going to have 2 videos out today, Mike Brown, Ben Simmons, and I have another video coming out as well about the Knicks changing their starting lineup. I don't know if that video is going to come today or potentially tomorrow, but the videos are going to be coming out. Yeah, you know what messed it up? It was Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is the one who ruined everything. He ruined the mic, he ruined part of the show, and he's continuing to ruin the show. It's Ben Simmons' fault, without a doubt. It's definitely Ben Simmons. I agree with that. Let's see here. Nah, still Knick fans, I agree with you. I believe that I am cutting in and out for some people, but I also do believe that for some other people, I am not cutting in and out. So I think it's really both. I believe for some people I am, and for some people I'm not. So because of that, I don't want to ruin the stream for everybody who's going to watch this eventually. So what I'm going to do is try to look through some questions I can answer, wrap up quickly, end the stream, create these videos for you guys. And then after I do all of that, then I'm going to go ahead and see what other content I can create for some of you guys. Let's see here. D. Grant says, I know that bad part of Ben Simmons. He is not a good shooter, but Oh, no. My guy said, but my guys try to convince me to sign Ben Simmons. Oh, help us. Oh, no. But he facilitates the ball well. He did with the Clippers last year. I seen him in the playoffs. Homie, my friend, Ben Simmons is trash. 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 He's garbage. Garbaggio. He doesn't belong here. And he never did. Isaac says, Troy, what do you think the next move after free agency is going to be? A trade. A trade. Absolutely. I've said it for weeks now. The Knicks are going to be making a trade. Now, I don't want to say exactly who's going to be involved in that trade, but there are two names that continue to come to mind. Mitchell Robinson and Mikal Bridges. The only reason I mention those two is because Mikal Bridges up for an extension. Have you noticed we haven't heard anything about extension talks yet? Mitchell Robinson. He's a great prospect for us. Great player. New York just signed Yabusele. They also have Ariel Hukporti. What does that tell you? Potentially, he could be on the trade block and he could be moved to a different team if New York can get a better player back. I'm not saying they're actively looking to trade all of these guys, but I am telling you, this is exactly what the Knicks need to do. Make a trade that shakes up the roster, shakes up the league, and makes us better. If the right player's on the table. Do I want them to trade Mitch? No. I don't want them to trade Mitch. I don't want them to trade some players that I like. But if you're talking about getting a player that nobody else expected us to get, a player that can help us move the bar from here to here, you got to look at those trades. I appreciate you still, Knicks fans. I see it. I know people are starting to tell me the stream is coming along again, so I just continue to go with it. But I appreciate you, my guy. Gene Romeo says, Ben Simmons is garbage. He is garbage. Garbaggio. Eddie says, Knicks should trade Josh Hart. He's trash. He's not getting traded, though. He's sometimes trash, but he's Jalen Brunson's best friend. He's not getting traded. I don't see him ever getting traded, honestly. He does too much of the good things for any team he's part of. All of the little things. He does it very well. Everybody sees it. He's going to be a big, significant part of this team. Let's see here. Anthony says, Josh Hart is trash? You're bugging, bro. That's crazy talk. My man was setting up triple-double records. A lot of people forget about that, Anthony. They don't want to acknowledge what he does. Only what he doesn't. People forget. But I haven't. I know Josh Hart. I know how good he is. He has his bad times, but he has so many good times as well, too. Saw says, Troy, so many need to hear you say that, twin. Kolek over Brick Simmons any day of the week. Kolek? Let me put it like this. If anybody doesn't understand, I would rather see playing above him Tyler Kolek, Pacome Dadier, Ariel Hukporti, Kevin McCullough Jr. I would rather see all of those guys get any time over Ben Simmons. Trash, trash, trash. If you want Ben Simmons, then you're in support of trash. You might as well go out to the sanitation workers and say you have trash and open your mouth and talk the trash. Freaking 2:44 in the afternoon, I'm talking about Ben Simmons. 2:44, and I'm talking about Ben Simmons. Oh, my goodness gracious, man. Oh, Lord. Okay. A couple more comments. BG says, Josh Hart turned this team around low-key. Low-key? it's not so low anymore. You don't think people know that? The triple doubles, what he's done for this Knicks team since joining here, all of the impact, the crazy play he's done. He is one of the best players we have on this team. Anybody who thinks he's trash has not watched enough Josh Hart. You haven't. You can call him trash if you haven't watched him play. Or if you're looking at small moments, very small moments that he does every so often. But look at the entire package. He's one of the best players on this team. You're not going to convince me otherwise. Sham Sharania, The Athletic sources. The New York Knicks are signing Troy, host of the New York Knicks, to a one-year, $2 million contract for the 2025-2026 season. Yeah? What are they hiring me to do? My knees can't play no more unless they put me in the corner to shoot. But that's pretty much all I can do. I'm a catch and shoot type of guy right now. I can't move. My knees are brick right now. I can't move. So if they want me to play, just understand who you're getting. But $2 million, I'll take the money. Can I be a DNP? Can I be a DNP for the year? I'll take the money. Let's see here. Anthony says, D Grant, everybody but you feels that way. Let's see. What did D Grant say? D Grant says, I got to show people in this stream this comment here, bro. Oh, goodness. Can we see this real quick? I can't show it, right? I can. Okay, I can. Where is it? There it is. There it is, right there. All right. You guys see this, right? If you don't like Ben Simmons, then that is your problem, bro. You entitled. But everyone else do not feel that way. What? Have you followed the stream? Have you followed the comments? Look at the... All right, let's see. Loyal Heart Family. Ben the Trash Man. He doesn't agree. Let's see here. Saw says, Troy, so many need to hear you say that, twin. Kolek over Brick Simmons any day. Okay, they agree. Anthony agrees. I've been saying to play Kolek and Ukporty all year long. Let's see who else we have here. Saw says, nobody likes Ben Simmons. Upstate says, you're Evan Fournier. That's exactly what he is. He doesn't agree. Leonard says, the Ben talk is gibberish. That's all I have to hear. Benny boy, Ben, are you there? It sounds like some people don't agree with you. They actually disagree. But to use your own words, you're entitled to your opinion, even though your opinion is backing up trash. But you're entitled to it. You're backing up trash, though, but you're entitled to it. The last comment I am going to say, and this is going to end the stream for today, is from BJ BJ Crookie. And he says, is Bol available? To answer your question, as far as I know, unless something's happened during the time I'm doing this stream, Bol is available. And he does fit a significant need for this Knicks team. Or at least he did before they signed Gerson Yabusele. Now, I don't really see a need for him or a fit for him. Any need we have for him is going to go straight to Ariel Ukporty. So he is available, but after the Gerson Yabusele signing, I don't think the Knicks are going to add him. He's likely going to go elsewhere. Maybe to the Philadelphia 76ers. They just lost Gerson Yabusele, and they might be able to get Bol for a very decent contract. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens there. But I appreciate you guys tuning in for another live stream. I might be going live a lot more over the course of this summer just because I know you guys appreciate it. You guys like it. You guys have been requesting for me to go live for a while now. I have not been able to, but I might be able to get back into the thick of things very, very soon. But I appreciate But I appreciate you guys tuning in. And like we said to start the show, the Knicks have a new head coach, and his name is Mike Brown. And we also broke down why the Knicks have checked in on Ben Simmons, and also why, if they added Ben Simmons to this roster, it would be one of the worst moves in franchise history. He's trash, and we don't need any more trash on this team. But what about you guys? What do you think about the Knicks hiring two-time NBA Coach of the Year, Mike Brown, as their next head coach? Let me know how you feel about that in the comment section below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knick fans, take care of yourself, your families, and each other. Peace and love.